Good morning students, I am your Abhijit sir, and in this class our topic is density. This topic is from chapter 2 ISSC class 8 physics. So how will we introduce with the term density? Let's take one example. Most of you have seen the centimeter scales, those are made up of either metal or fiber. Now if you try to feel, then you will definitely find that the metal scale is heavier than the fiber scale. Now, if you think one more example, suppose you consider an iron block, a block of iron and a block of wood. Now tell me which one is heavier? Obviously your answer, the metal block, that means the block of iron is heavier than the block of wood. There are a few more examples. Suppose we have two containers. See, those are the two containers. Those are of equal size. That means those contain same quantity, same amount of substance. Suppose in one container we have put some sugar, and in another container which can where we put some cotton. See, those containers have equal volume. That means those are equal in size, so they can contain equal amount of substance in volume. So they have equal volume. Here we have take some sugar and here we have take some cotton. Then which one is heavier? The sugar is heavier than the cotton. That means if you take equal volume of two substances, then they may have different masses or different weights. Now see this example. Here we have equal mass. That means we have taken 5 kg of sugar in a bag, and here 5 kg of thermocol balls in a bag. Now this bag is very big as compared to this bag, because the 5 kg of thermocol balls have greater volume as compared to 5 kg of sugar. So here we have kept equal masses of two substances, 5 kg and 5 kg, but they have different volumes. So why there is a difference? So if you think about the kinetic theory of matter, then and the molecular structure, that is the intermolecular concept of metal, then if you compare the block of iron and block of wood, then you may say that in iron the molecules of iron are closely packed together, whereas in wood the molecules are not so closely as the iron has. So here the closeness of molecule gives the greater mass here, where because of this reason the block of iron has greater mass as compared to the block of wood. Now see, if we think the same substance, suppose we take a iron block, this one is a iron ball, this one is an iron ball. Suppose this has a weight 2 kg, and now we take one block of iron. See, this one is a block of iron block, and this one has a weight again 2 kg. That means we have two same kind of substance and equal, we have in equal masses. 2 kg this is, and this one is also 2 kg, so equal mass. But what is the difference? See, the iron ball is, their shapes are different. This is a ball, spherical shape, and this is a block, that means a cubical shape. But however, if you find out their volumes in the different mathematical processes, then you will definitely find that those have equal volumes, because they have equal mass and they both of them are made up of iron. That means both are same substance and same masses, so they must have equal volume. Those, and try to understand, we have 2 kg of iron block and 2 kg of iron ball. If we cut those into two equal halves, then see, this one is the iron block, and this has the volume V. Now if we cut those into two equal halves, the volume becomes V by 2. Now we have the volume V by 2, and the iron becomes 1 kg, because initially we have 2 kg of iron block. Now see this one, if you cut this one into two equal halves, then we will get the hemispherical shape of the iron. So here this one also, the volume initially it is V of 2 kg of iron block. Now after cutting this one, we will get the volume 2V by 2, and the iron and the mass of iron become 1 kg. Now see this one. If we add 4 blocks, then we will get the weight mass 8 kg, and now the volume becomes 4V. That means 4 times the volume. Here also, if we melt 4 spherical balls, 4 spherical iron balls, and reconstruct those balls into a new big iron ball, then it has also the volume 4V, and it has the mass 8 kg. So that means if we take the similar kind of substance, same kind of substance, here it is iron, then if we change the volume, then its mass changes, or in other words I can say that if I change the mass, then its volume changes. So during this change there is a special characteristic, a physical characteristic of the matter, of the substance, which is being constant. That constant is related to the volume and mass of the substance, and that physical characteristic of the substance is called the density of the substance. Let's see how. This is the definition of density. The mass of a substance of unit volume at a particular temperature is called the density of the substance. That means if we have the mass of any substance and if we have the volume, then the mass is divided with the volume. See that one? After dividing the mass with the volume, we will get the mass for unit volume. That means the mass of a substance for unit volume, that means for 1 meter cube or 1 centimeter cube, this is called unit volume. So whatever the mass for unit volume of a substance is called the density. This density has a symbol rho. This one is called rho, and rho equal to m by v. By using this formula we can calculate the density of a substance. But there is a underlying point. At a particular temperature, see, if you try to remember the expansion in solids, expansion in gases, expansion in liquid, when the temperature rises in any matter, their molecules get kinetic energy and their intermolecular spacing increases, and in this way their volume also increases. See, we have the volume here in the formula. So if the volume is varying or changing, then there will be some change in density. So that's why we will take the substance at a particular temperature, so that there is no any change in its volume, and then after we will calculate what is its density. So the temperature, if the temperature vary in a substance, then its volume will also vary. The unit of density is equal to unit of mass by unit of volume. In SI it is kilogram per meter cube, and in CGS unit it is gram per centimeter cube, which is also called gram per cc. So how we will calculate the density of a substance? Let's take one example. If 1 liter of cooking oil, that means the volume is given as 1 liter, and suppose it has a mass, the cooking oil of 1 liter has a mass 900 gram. 900 gram it is. Let's see the solution. We have mass m equal to 900 gram, which is equal to 9 by 10 kg, and this volume is equal to 1 liter, as 1000 liter equal to 1 meter cube. So 1 liter equal to 1 by 1000 meter cube. So density is equal to mass by volume. So here 9 by 10 divided by 9 by 1000. So it will become 900 kg per meter cube. So this is how we will calculate the density of a liquid substance. Here we have taken the liquid, a cooking oil. To measure the density, we have to determine the weight, that is the mass. The volume of a regular solid, which is in the shape of cube, it can be calculated by using the formula side into side into side. This is the shape of a cube. Volume of cuboid equal to, see, this one is the shape of a cuboid, length into breadth into height. If you have a spherical shape, a substance in spherical shape, then its volume can be calculated by using the formula 4 by 3 pi into radius cube. Here this one is the radius. This is a spherical shape, a ball. This one is volume of a cylindrical shape object. So this one is cylindrical shape. Here this one is radius and this is height. So the formula is pi into radius square into height. This is cone. So volume of cone equal to 1 by 3 into pi into radius square into height. Here the pi is a constant which has the value 22 by 7. It is equal to 3.14. So sometime we will take 22 by 7 or 3.14. So in this, by using those formula, in this way we can calculate the volume of a regular solid. Now suppose if we have an irregular solid, then see, this one is a stone and this stone has an irregular shape. So how to find out the volume of this stone, because we do not have any formula to find out the volume of this stone. So to measure this we use some practical methods. The previous ones, how to measure the volume of regular solids by using the formula, are the mathematical methods. Here we use a practical method. See, to measure these are the apparatus, that is measuring jar. To measure the volume of an irregular solid, we can use measuring jar, measuring cylinder or Eureka cage. See how those are work and how we can measure the volume. Suppose this stone is attached with a thread, and this is the thread. See, we consider this one as a measuring cylinder or measuring jar. In this jar, some liquid is kept which contain the volume up to 40 ml. That means the liquid covers the space of the volume up to 40 ml. Now if we slowly just hang the stone and the stone is taken inside the liquid, then what happens? Slowly the level of liquid rises up, and now suppose after dipping the stone, the level of the liquid rises up to, suppose we take it is 70 ml. So initially it is on 40 ml, now it is on 70 ml. So what is the difference? 70 ml minus, initially it is 40 ml. So now we have the volume as 30 ml. So this 30 ml is now the measured volume of this stone. So this is how we can measure the volume of any irregular solid practically. So in this way, the other like Eureka can is also work. You can see the use of Eureka can in your textbook. Now to measure the density of this piece of stone, suppose we weigh the stone and we found that the mass of the stone M is equal to, suppose we consider it as 20 gram. Okay, and its volume is 30 ml as we have calculated here. Now it is very easy task to find out the density. Rho equal to m by v. So m is equal to here 20 gram and it is 30 ml. So we have to calculate, we have to change the 30 ml into centimeter cube. So this one become 30 centimeter cube. Because 1 ml equal to 1 centimeter. This one you have to remember that 1 ml equal to 1 centimeter cube. So this 30 ml equal to 30 centimeter cube. Now you have 30 centimeter cube. Now you can easily calculate what is the 2 by 3. So you can calculate, it will come in decimal. It will be 0.66 gram per centimeter cube. This one is the measured density of this stone. So this is how we will calculate the density of a substance. See how to measure the density of liquids. To measure the density of liquid, first we will find out what is the mass of liquid. So for this we will first take a measuring cylinder. In a measuring cylinder, first we find out what is the mass of the measuring cylinder, empty measuring cylinder. That means what is the mass of the empty measuring cylinder is first we calculate, then we fill the liquid. After filling the liquid, suppose it will be rise up to that. So this gives that the volume of the liquid is 60 ml. So this one is 60 ml. Now again we find out what is the mass after filling. What is the mass of this measuring cylinder after filling the liquid? Then whatever the mass comes, we subtract the mass of the empty measuring jar, measuring cylinder with the filled measuring cylinder. Then suppose we got suppose here we take example, we got 1 kg after filling the liquid, and before it is 500 gram. So we subtract those. So 1000 gram is subtracted from 5000 gram. So this one become 500 gram is the mass of the liquid. So first we measure the mass of empty cylinder, then we measure the mass of the filled this measuring cylinder. Then we subtract those, we will get whatever the mass here. Here it is 500 grams. So after that we can easily calculate what is the density of the liquid by using the formula rho equal to m by v. Here we have m and here we have v. So this is how we can calculate the density. Sometimes we use the density bottle to measure the volume of a liquid. The density ball are available in the volume with the volume 50 ml or 25 ml. So by using those we can also find out the volume of the density of the liquid. So thank you students. Answer the question related to this topic and solve the numericals. Thank you.